Welcome to ODOT's Heavy Equipment Operator Training, where you will learn how to use the machines that build and maintain our highways. This video series is by no means a replacement for your manual. It is simply a visual aid in addition to the manual. The tough and reliable dozer is a vital tool for shaping and creating highways. Dozers are used to rip, grade, pull, and plow the landscape and are tough, reliable machines. This is why they have come to be commonly known as bulldozers. In the last decade, the dozer has evolved from the revolutionary Benjamin Holt track-laying tractor to one of the most recognizable and beloved pieces of heavy equipment in the world. This video covers the use of the John Deere 550K series crawler dozer. If you operate a different dozer, then you'll need to refer to its manufacturer's manual to learn about its safety and maintenance needs. At the beginning of your shift, you will need to complete a series of inspections and do an operational walk-around to ensure that your machine is in good working condition and meets safety standards. First, make sure you have all your personal equipment packed and with you before operating the dozer. This includes ODOT-issued ANSI Class 3 gear that is appropriate for the day's duties. It is important to wear tight-fitting clothes and safety equipment to avoid any entanglements within the dozer's cabin or its multiple moving parts. Prior to starting your day's work, make sure the machine is on level ground and perform the following action. First, visually check that the machine has the proper track sag. An improperly adjusted track wears at a more rapid rate. If the track is too tight, it will increase wear on the pins, bushings, links, sprocket, and front idler. To check the dozer's sag, position the track so that a track pin is centered over the carrier roller. With a straight edge, measure the distance from the track grouser to the bottom of the straight edge. Proper sag distance is 2.5 inches. If the track is too tight, then simply remove the access plug and loosen the fitting 1 to 2 turns counterclockwise to release the grease through the vent hole. If you need to tighten the track, then add grease to the zerk using a grease gun. Now, measure the sag again until it's correct and reinstall the access plug. The track also needs to be free from any mud, oil, or other lubricants that can cause accidental slippage while entering and exiting the cab. According to National Safety Inc., getting on and off equipment and vehicles accounts for 1 out of every 4 injuries to those operating equipment or driving trucks, and some of these injuries can be quite severe. After you have inspected the tracks, move over to the front right service door to check the front engine components. Start off by visually inspecting the belt for wear, cracks, or fraying. If the belt shows signs of excessive wear, let your mechanic know because it needs to be replaced immediately. Just left of the belt is the engine oil dipstick. Remove the dipstick and wipe off the oil with a clean rag. Reinsert the dipstick and pull it out again. The oil level should be between the minimum and maximum marks on the dipstick. If the oil level is low, then you must fill it up before continuing operation. Before securing the front right service door, check the wiring for tears or fraying. On top of the dozer's hood is the surge tank for the engine coolant. Make sure that when you climb onto the dozer track to check it, that you use 3 points of contact. That's 1 hand and 2 feet, or 1 foot and 2 hands at an access point or handhold. When checking the tank, always make sure the engine is shut off and cooled before unscrewing the tank cap. Removing the tank cap while the engine is hot can lead to spraying and possible injury. Always wear gloves and eye protection when inspecting your dozer. The coolant must be between the min and max level markings. Also located on top is the engine's air filter. Open the engine air cleaner access cover and unlatch the air filter manifold to remove the filter. Check the filter for wear and dirt. If the air filter is clogged or damaged, replace it with a new air filter. If it is in good operational condition, reinsert it back into the manifold and replace the latches. Continue your daily inspection by moving to the right side rear service door, which houses the Dozer's filter systems. Make sure that all of the filters are tightly secured and in operating order. These filters are required to be routinely changed every 500 hours as part of preventative maintenance for the machine. Move on to check the hydraulic oil level by inspecting the sight glass. Make sure the oil is between the add and full level of the machine. If hydraulic oil needs to be added, then additional safety procedures are necessary. First off, always wear protective gloves and eye gear. If hydraulic oil penetrates your skin, see a doctor immediately. Injected oil has to be surgically removed to avoid serious or fatal injury. Remove the hydraulic oil cap and insert a funnel. Due to the machine's height, you will need to use a ladder to safely fill to the appropriate level. Use a colleague for assistance while lifting the oil on and off the ladder and to prevent accidents from occurring. This panel also houses the windshield wiper fluid tank. If you notice that the fluid is low, simply unscrew the fluid cap, insert funnel, and fill to proper level. On a weekly basis, you will need to drain the excess water from the engine's primary fuel filter. Start by attaching the drain hose to the drain valve and place an oil pan underneath the opposite end of the hose. Loosen the drain valve and drain the liquid for several seconds or until all the water and sediments are removed. When it is empty, close the valve and dispose of the waste properly. Lastly, inspect the condition of the various hoses. If they are cracked or leaking, replace them before operation. As you make your way to the other side of the machine, stop and inspect the condition of each ripper pin if your dozer is equipped with a ripper. Continue to the left side rear service door where the transmission oil sight glass is located. Make sure that it meets the proper min and max levels as well. This is also where the dozer's battery is located. Visually inspect the battery's terminal for corrosion and check to make sure that the connections are tight. Never handle the battery without proper gloves and eye protection. Sulfuric acid in battery electrolyte is poisonous. It is strong enough to burn your skin, eat through clothing, and cause blindness if splashed into your eyes. The last service door is located at the front left side of the dozer and holds the machine's exhaust. Make sure the hoses are in operational condition and that the exhaust is clean and free of debris. Make your way to the front of the dozer and check that the blade edge is attached tightly and in good operating condition. Also, make sure that the cables and hoses behind the blade are not torn or frayed, and that the engine fan guard is clean and clear of debris. With the main engine components checked and operational, make sure your dozer is properly lubricated. Using a grease gun, make your way around the machine and add grease to the various grease zerks. Wipe the zerks with a clean cloth before applying lubrication to eliminate dirt from entering the system. With the lower exterior checked, make your way onto the dozer's track and clean the windows with window cleaner for maximum visibility. While you're there, be sure to check that your wipers are not worn and in good working condition. Before entering the cab, remove all trash and loose items that could become safety hazards during operation. Check that all lights are in working order, as well as the windshield wipers. When starting the dozer's engine, check the system gauge indicators located on the display monitor and make sure that no warning indicators are illuminated and that all of the oils and fuel gauges are at their proper levels. Make sure that the horn and backup alarm are working. Finally, make sure that all your safety equipment is present. This includes a fully stocked and charged fire extinguisher that's not expired, and a seatbelt that is free of tears and properly locks. All walkarounds are essential for the machine and the operators. The Oklahoma Department of Transportation wants all of its operators safe at the end of the day. Following these steps will limit accidents and mechanical failures. Statistics show that out of all the accidents reported, over 90% of the operators hurt or killed were listed as experienced. Don't become a statistic.